Hello pattern lovers, welcome to OJ Patterns. Today we'll be working on the classic tailored trouser block using the metric pattern cotton for women's wear by Winifred Aldrich. So for this we'll be working with the measurement on the textbook, which is a size 12 measurement. So the measurements are as follows. We have the waist, which is 68 cm, the hips 94, waist to hip, which is same as your hip depth, is 20.6. That's using the measurement we're working with. 20.6. Body rise is 28 cm, waist to floor 104 cm, and the trouser bottom width is 22 cm. Okay, moving on, the first thing you want to do is get your pattern paper. So we'll be starting with the front and then we'll draft to the back, and it says square both ways from 0. So the first thing you want to do is get your pattern paper and your other tools that you'll be working with, and then you draw a center grain line. So you're gonna measure your pattern width and then get the midpoint so that you can square down. So for the sake of this video, I'll be working with like half of the measurement, but then I'll be calling the full measurement, but I'll be doing a smaller version so that we get to see everything, because if I'm doing a bigger version, it's gonna be way wider than what we have here. So but with this, I'll still be using all the measurements. I'll just be authoring mine when I'm placing it down. So you want to the first thing you want to do is divide your pattern width into 2 and then square it down. So we're gonna draw the center grain line. Please ensure your line is straight, and let's try and draft our pattern. Work with our pencil, ensure we're using a single line. We don't want to be having double lines. So placement of tape is very important, please. Very important. See, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so after getting the center grain line, you need to create a top line. So for the top line, we'll take down like 5 cm down and then square out. So you take down 5 cm and then you square off. Okay. So center grain and then the top line. So here becomes 0. Please let's try and be patient with this so that we can get the exact thing we want. Okay. So this is our 0. So 0 to 1 is body rise square across. So our body rise is 28 cm, so that's what would mark 28 cm square across. So you measure from 0 along the center grain line, 28. So you measure 28 and then you square across. Please ensure you have straight line. So this is 1. Okay. Moving on, 0 to 2 is waist to hip square across. So waist to hip is 20.6 cm. So that's what we would measure. 20.6 is what you measure from 0. So you measure 20.6 from 0 and mark. Don't forget what measurement I'm working with is size 12. So even if you're drafting, if you're working with your personal measurements, all you need to do is write out your measurements and then you'll be using it where I call out the measurements. So this is 0.2. So we have 0, 1, and 2. Okay, moving on. 0 to 3. 0 to 3 is waist to floor measurements. So waist to floor is your trouser length. So 0 to 3 is waist to floor measurement. And our waist to floor for the size 12 is 104. So from 0, we'll measure 104 and mark. Placement of tape is very important, please. So from 0, we'll measure 104 and mark. So you measure 104. If your pattern paper is not enough, this is where you add additional paper. So you just get an extra paper and then you add an extra so that you get the full measurement of what you're working with. So this is 0.3 since list to floor length. Okay, so that's 3. We have 0, we have 1, 2, and we have 3. Moving on, 1 to 4 is half the measurement 1 to 3. So to get 0.4, to get 1 to 4, half the measurement 1 to 3 minus 5 cm square across. So the first thing you want to do is measure what you have 1 to 3, and for size 12, if you measure it, you will have 76. So for size 12, when you measure, you get 76. 76 divided by 2 will give us 38. Then 38 minus 5. So you measure 1 to 3. Whatever measurement you get, that will be 76. You divide it by 2, and then we'll get 38. 38 minus 5 will give us 33. So that's what we'll measure, 33. Measure from 0.1, 33 down. This is our 33, and this will be 0.4. Okay. Moving on, 1 to 5 is 1/12 hip measurement plus 1.5. So 1/12 hip measurement plus 1.5 square up to 6 and 7. So the first one I want to do is divide our hip measurement. Our hip is 94. We divide 94 by 12 plus 1.5. So by the time we divide 94 by 12 plus 1.5, we'll have 9.33. So that's what we'll be working with, 1 to 4. So 1 to 5 is 9.33. So we'll measure from 0.1, we'll measure backwards. So this is 0.5. And it says square up to 6 and 7. So the 9.33 you marked here, you come to the top at that 0 and measure same 9.3. And then connect. So this is 6 and this is 7. So we have 6 and 7. So this is 5, 6, 7. All right, moving on. 6 to 8 is quarter hip measurement plus 0.5. So quarter hip, our hip is 94 divided by 4 will give us 23.5 plus 0.5, so that will be 24. So that's what we'll be marking, 6 to 8. So from 6 we'll mark 24 and mark. So from 6, I will measure 24 cm to the side. So here you measure 24 cm. And this will be our 0.8. Okay, moving on. 5 to 9 is 1/16 hip measurement plus 0.5. So we're trying to get 9. So 1/16 hip measurement. So our hip is 94 divided by 16 plus 0.5. So that will be 6.375. So hip divided by 16 plus 0.5 will give us 6.375. So I'll measure 6.375 from 0.5 backward to get 9. So this is our 0.9. That's our 0.9. Next, 7 to 10 is 1 cm. So this is 0.7. So we'll go 1 cm to your right. That's to get 10. So this is 0.10. Okay. Next, join 10 to 6. This is 10. This is 6. Join 10 to 6. 6 to 9 with a curve touching a point. Sizes. So sizes 6 to 8 is 2.75 from 5. Sizes 10 to 14 is 3 cm from 5. Sizes 16 to 20 is 3.25 and 25 cm. So let me explain this. So we're trying to get the curve of the crotch now. So, and for us to get the curve of the crotch, we need to come out on angle 45 degree at 0.5. So at this 0.5, we come out on angle 45 degrees. So I'm going to mark that out first as a guide. Now the measurement on this angle 45 degree depends on the sizes we fall under. Here we're working with size 12. So size 10 to 14, that means 12 is in between 10 to 14. We'll work with 3 cm. So adding our size now, we are like size 16 to 20, we'll work with 3.25 cm. So please note, it depends on the size you're working with. If you fall on the smaller size, which is 6 to 8, on angle 45 degree at 0.5, we'll work with 2.75. But because we're working with size 12, we'll work with 3 cm. So here you measure 3 cm out and mark. So here will be 3 cm. So I use 1.5 because I'm working with a smaller version. So 3 cm because we're working with size 12. Now we need to connect. So we'll join 10 to touch 6, passing through 1.5 to 9 cm. So you can also do them in bits, but ensure it flows. We want to ensure it flows properly. So we'll keep flowing with our curve. So you see how it's coming out, it's flowing. Now connect 10 to that 6. So we don't want it to be funny, to be looking funny, so you want to connect it properly. So this is it. At the end of the day, it looks as one mark going all the way. So we have 10, we have 6, and we have 9 passing through the 3 cm because we're working with size 12. Moving on, 10 to 11 is quarter waist plus 2.25. So if you divide the waist, which is 68 by 4, then add 2.25. Note the 2.25 is for that. So quarter waist plus 2.25 will give us 19.25. So from point 10, we'll measure 19.25 along this line and mark. So from point 10, we'll mark the 19.25. Here, this one is 19.25 and this will be 11. Okay. Okay, moving on. We have 11, we have 8. Next step is construct a dart on the line from 0. So we have to construct the dart. Remember we added 2.25 for the dart. Construct a dart on the line from 0. The length is 10 cm and the width is 2 cm. So 10 cm length. So from 0 we'll mark down 10 as our dart length. And the width is 2 cm, which is 1 cm on either side of 0. So you mark 1 cm here, 1 cm here, and then you connect. This way we've constructed our dart. Next step, 3 to 12. So 3 to 12 is half trouser bottom width minus 0.5. Now, based on the measurement, our trouser bottom width is 22. Half of it will be 11. Minus 0.5 will give us 10.5. So please, I want to explain this trouser bottom width properly. Now, if you're working with your own measurements, you know when you take circumference, so okay, let me use this. Now, the trouser bottom width on the textbook says 22 cm, please. The trouser bottom width is 22 cm. Now 22, let's look at 22. No trouser bottom width, you have to take circumference. See how small it is. So it is assumed that this trouser bottom width on this pattern that we're working with is already divided into 2. That's if you take trouser bottom width is the circumference of the width of the trouser. Like on your feet, you take the circumference, how wide you want it to be. So for a size 12, if you look at it, if you're looking at it like this, as this is the full trouser button, this is 22. This is gonna be very small. See? So it's assumed that this measurement is already divided into 2. So it's like half. So let me repeat that again. For this part now, where it says 3 to 12, half trouser bottom width, if you're working with your measurements, please work with quarter trouser bottom width, because if you use half, it's going to come out very funny. But for the size 12 we are working with, we'll work with what we have here, which is 22 divided by 2 will give us 11. So from point 3 we would measure 11 cm minus 0.5, that's 10.5. To get 12, we'll measure 10.5 towards the right from point 3. We'll measure 10.5 towards the right from point 3. So this will be 12. Please note, I'll repeat it again, if you're working with your own personal measurement, please work with quarter trouser bottom width minus 0.5. Because don't forget, this is the front and this is like quarter. You know, when you're taking your bust measurement and then you're applying it on your pattern, don't forget we'll do like quarter bust at the back, quarter bust at the front. So that's exactly what we are having here, because it's a circumference measurement. So but for the textbook, it's assumed that it's already divided into 2 first. So that's why you are dividing it again by 2. That way it's already by 4. So but for this 3 to 12, we'll work with 10.5. That's half of trouser bottom width minus 0.5. If it's your measurements, work with quarter trouser bottom width minus 0.5. Thank you. So we have 3 to 12. Okay. Next, 4 to 13. So this is our 4, which is around the knee line. So this is the knee. This is knee. This is the crotch. This is the hip. And up here is the waist. Okay. So moving on, 4 to 13, the measurements 3 to 12. That's the 10.5 plus 1.3. So if you add 1.3 to 10.5, we would have 11.8. So that's what we'll measure from point 4 to the right, 11.8. So we have 11.8. So here will be 11.8 and this will be 0.13. Okay. Next. Note that the measurement 3 to 12. Remember we said the measurement 3 to 12, that's the 10.5 plus 1.3. That's for like size 10 and 12. So if we're working with, if your sizes is bigger, like 6 to 20, you would work with the measurement 3 to 12 plus 1.5 as against 1.3 that we used. Okay. Next, draw in side seam. So we're trying to connect the side seam through point 11 to 8, 8 to 13, 13 to 12. Curve hip line outward. This is the hip. That point 8. Curve it outward by 0.5. So at point 8, we'll take out 0.5 and mark before we connect. So now we are connecting. So it's the hip curve. So we'll connect 11 to 8. That's 0.5 we marked out. 1.8. Okay. Now connect 8 to 13. So for the curve, we'll flip the curve this way to connect 8 to 13. We'll flip the curve. Now from here, you want to go from 8 square like towards halfway, and then you flip the curve to connect from the halfway to 13. So this way you have like perfect shape for your trousers, so it doesn't come in too curvy. Next, you connect 13 to 12 with a straight ruler. Okay. And this is it. And we can say it's proper. Next, 3 to 14 is half trouser bottom width minus 0.5. So this is 3 to 14. So same thing, that's the 10.5. So whatever measurement you have here to here is what you have here. So that's the 10.5 with mark. And 4 to 15 is the measurement 4 to 13. So that's the measurement plus 1.3, just the same way we have it here with mark. So this is 15. This is 4 to 15 and this is 3 to 14. Please don't forget to label. Please, by now, if you've not subscribed, kindly do so. And don't forget to like and drop a heart in the comment section. Thank you very much. Moving on. Draw inside seam. Draw inside leg seam 9 to 15. 15 to 14. Curve 9 to 15 inwards by 0.75. So the first thing we want to do is use a straight ruler, connect 9 to 15 with a faint line. Use a straight ruler, connect 9 to 15 with a faint line. Okay. Now measure where you have 9 to 15. You get the midpoint and then divide into 2. Whatever you have 9 to 15, get the midpoint. So you get the midpoint of 9 to 15, and then from that midpoint you take in 0.75. So this is it, 0.75. So this is 0.75. Now connect. So to connect, we'll connect 9 to the 0.75 before we connect it back to 15. See how I place my cord. Now connect from the 0.75 to 15. See how I'm using the straight part of my curve over here, the not so curvy part, please, so you can blend properly. So this is 9, 0.75 to 15. Now we use our ruler to connect 15 to 14. And this is the back. And this is the front of the trouser done. We're done with the front. Next, we'll be constructing the back, same place here. We're constructing the back here. But for this, it's advisable you use like broken lines. I'll be using a different color when I'm drafting. So you can use broken lines so that you can tell the difference between the back and the front of your trousers. So now we'll be working on the back part of our trousers. Next, 5 to 16 is quarter the measurement 1 to 5. So what you want to do for 5 to 16 is measure what you have 1 to 5, and that will be 9.3. We divide it by 4. Whatever measurement you have 1 to 5 divided by 4, that will give us 2.325. So that's what we'll be working with, 2.325. So we'll measure 2.325 from 5 inwards. That's it. It says 2.325. So you measure it from 5 inwards. So this is 16. Square up to 17 on the hip line and 18 on the waistline. So whatever measurements we marked here, we'll take it up. That's the 2.325. We'll come here from using the straight line as a guide. So that's from 7. I'll measure the same 2 points and mark. Now connect it with the ruler. Okay. So this is 16, 17, and 18. This is 16, 17, 18. Next, 16 to 19 is half the measurement 16 to 18. So you measure what you have. This is 18 and this is 16. You measure it and get the midpoint. So that becomes 19. Okay. Next, 18 to 20 is 2 cm. 18 to 20 is 2 cm. Please pay attention. So from 18, we'll measure 2 cm out and mark. So this is 20. Next, 20 to 21 is 2 cm up. So 20 to 21 is 2 cm up. So we'll measure 2 cm up and mark. So this is 21. Please note, when you take this measurement up, don't square it. Just take up the measurement and mark. So we have 20, we have 21. Next step, 21 to 22 is quarter waist plus 4.25. Please note that the 4.25 is for that. Quarter waist plus 4.25. So what we're going to do is divide the waist measurement by 4 and then add 4.25. So that would give us 21.25. So from 21 here, we would measure 21.25. That's quarter waist plus that measurement. So that we'll measure it slants for it to touch wherever the measurement, wherever it stops. That's wherever the 21.25 stops. So this is 22. And then we'll connect with ruler. So this is where you want to use your broken line. Okay. Moving on. Nine to 23 is have the measurement 5 to 9. So you measure what you have 5 to 9 and divide it by 2. 9 to 23 is have the measurement 5 to 9. So if you measure what you have 5 to 9, you have 6.375. You divide by 2, that will give us 3.1875. So that's what we're measuring. That will be our 9 to 23. So this is 23. Next, 23 to 24 is 0.5 cm downwards. So 23 is on this line, on our crotch line. Now you measure 0.5 cm downward as 24. So this is 24. So 23 to 24 is 0.5 cm downwards. Next step, join 21 to 19. This is 21, 19. With a curve touching a point on angle 16. So the same thing we did on that angle 5. Now on angle 45 degree on point 16, sorry. On angle 45 degree on point 16. So let me first of all mark out. On angle 45 degree on point 16. Join 19 to 24 with a curve touching a point. For sizes 6 to 8, we'll use 4 cm on angle 45 degree. Sizes 10 to 14, we're working with size 12, so we'll use this measurement, which is 4.25. So we'll measure 4.25 on angle 45 degrees. Okay, and then we'll connect. So here is 4.25 because this is size 12. Now we'll connect 21 to 19, 19 to the 4.25. Don't forget to connect with the broken line so that you can tell the front from the back. And then we'll connect from the 4.25 to 24. Please, you want to ensure you place your curve very well. Then we'll continue. Okay, so this is it. Moving on. 17 to 25 is quarter hip. So this is point 17 to 25. Is quarter hip measurement plus 1.5. So if you divide it by 4 plus 1.5, that will give us 25 cm. So 17 to 25 is 25. So from 17, we'll measure 25 out. So this is 0.25. Okay. Next, 12 to 26 is 1 cm. So 12, look at where we have 0.12, which is around the bottom part. 12 to 26 is 1 cm out. So this is 26. 13 to 27 is 1 cm. So we'll come here, we'll mark 1 cm still. To 26 is 1 cm. 13 to 27 is 1 cm out. Okay, next, draw inside seam through points 22 to 25. So 22 to 25, 25 to 27, 27 to 26. Curve hip line outward by 0.5. So the first thing I want to do is take out 0.5 on our hip line. Take out 0.5 on our hip line. Curve 25 to 27 inward by 0.5. So we'll just do them a bit. So the first thing I want to do is draw a faint line 25 to 27. This is 25 to 27. We'll draw a faint line so that we'll use it as a guide to get the midpoint and curve it inwards. Okay, that's a faint line. And then we'll get the midpoint of what we have here. Get a midpoint, and it says curve it inward 25 to 27 inward by 0.5. So from here we would mark 0.5 in. So that's it. Okay, now we're connecting. The first I want to connect is 22 to 25, which is waist to hip. Don't forget broken line. Okay, next 25 to the 0.5 we mark inwards, so we are connecting. So I'll be using this hip curve here. Don't forget your broken line. Now from the 0.5 we'll connect it to 27. See how I just flipped my curve for it to sit. Okay, and we'll use our ruler to connect 27 to 26. Don't forget broken line. Okay, so the with the side. This is how it's connected. So this is how, please ensure yours looks finer and neater. Okay, moving on. 14 to 28 is 1 cm. Okay, 14 to 28 is 1 cm out. So 1 cm to the left. So this is 28. 15 to 29 is 1 cm out. So this is 29. So draw inside leg seam 24 to 29. 29 to 28. Now curve 24 to 29 inward by 1.25. So this is 24, this is 29. So the first thing I want to do is get a ruler and mark out a faint line 24 to 29. So it will be a guide. Okay, now get the midpoint 24 to 29, and it says curve it inward, curve 24 to 29 inward by 1.25. 1.25. So this is 1.25. and then we'll connect. So we'll connect 24 to the 1.25 first. Please don't forget to use broken line here. Okay, now move the curve upward and then connect the 1.25 to 29. Okay, this is it. Now connect 29 to 28 with your straight ruler. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and drop a heart in the comment section. Thank you. Or drop any emoji of your choice. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section. All right, moving on. We're done connecting. Now we have to construct our darts for the back. Now divide the line 21 to 22 into 3 parts. So you get what you have to. You get your measurement 21 to 22 and divide it by 3. So when you do that, you have like 7.08. So that's what we would mark. 7.08 and that's 7.08. So we'll mark 7.08 and 7.08. This is one dart leg. This is another dart leg. So here will be 30 and here will be 31. So this point 30 and 31. Right. Moving on. Using the line 21 to 22, square down from 30 and 31. Construct that on these lines. 2 cm wide. Length from 30 is 12 cm. Length from 31 is 10 cm. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is get the length of our dart. Point 30 dart is 12. Point 31 is 10. Well, you want to try and get a set square to ensure that your line here is straight. Please ensure you get a straight line here. Says here is 12 cm and here is 10 cm. So I'll just mark out to this is 12 cm and here would be 10 cm. Please ensure your line is straight. So 12 cm length, 10 cm length. And the dart width is 2 cm. So 1 cm here, 1 cm here, 1 cm back, 1 cm front. So 1 cm, 1 cm, 1 cm, 1 cm. And then I'll connect. So I'll connect with broken line. And then connect the other part with a broken line. Connect the point 31. And so we have our darts. 2 darts at the back, 1 in front. Only now. Curve hemline downward. Curve hemline down 1 cm at point 3. So we'll go to the hem. We'll mark 1 cm down and then we'll connect 1 cm down. And then we'll connect. So we're trying to curve it, so we'll use okay. So this affects both the front and the back trousers. And we're done. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. If you have any question or comment, drop it in the comment section or drop an emoji, drop a heart. It would be much appreciated. See you in the next video for the sewing process. Thank you.